Hi YouTube, it is Mama Joe Dawn. Baby Fun Charlotte is in the background. I'm sure she will be over here eventually to make her debut in this video. I also have some crazy baby hairs growing in right now. For any moms who went through like really serious hair loss after pregnancy. So I gave birth to my kiddo, and then immediately after that my husband kind of skedaddled and we got a divorce. So I was like crazy stressed, and I was losing hair from stress along with losing hair from pregnancy, and I went like half bald. But now I have it all growing back and it looks really interesting. So I'm super self-conscious about this little thing right here, but try to ignore that. So this channel is all about my life as a single mom, and one of my big focuses right now as a single mom is getting out of debt, because I feel it's really important for me to be as financially stable as possible, being the sole provider for my child and I. So right now I'm really focusing down on paying debt. That's primarily what my channel is about right now, because it's a huge part of my lifestyle. I am budgeting really hard, I'm living really frugally, and I am doing everything possible to draw in extra income. I've been selling on eBay for 8 years now, and it's kind of just been a side gig for me that entire time. I sell on Amazon primarily. That's my main business and my main income source, but on eBay I'll bring in anywhere from $25 to $300 a month. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about an item that I am listing on eBay. And here comes my kiddo. She's whining, so she wants attention. Give me 1 second, we gotta pick up her. Say hi, YouTube. Hi. Can you wave hi? Hi. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about some items that I'm listing on eBay, how I acquired those items, how I priced them, how I researched them, and as far as I know, I'm the only eBay seller who has listed this type of item. So I just wanted to make a video about it, one, because other people might be interested in selling this kind of thing, keeping an eye out for it, or purchasing this kind of thing. Yes. We needed my face touched in the middle of this video. And I just kind of wanted to do an overview of it, and then also to just kind of track my process with my side gigs and tell you guys what I'm doing to make extra money to pay off debt as soon as possible. So I'm just going to grab one here to show you guys. I am selling military wine glasses. They're commemorative wine glasses. I guess this is more of a champagne glass. But there's just a variety of them that I'll get to here in a minute. And these are all my father's. Now, before you start leaving mean comments being like, why would you sell like this commemorative military item of your family's? Like, oh my goodness, that's so horrible of you. But that's not really the case. It's not like my father passed away or anything and I'm selling these really meaningful pieces of military history from his career. Both of my parents are still alive and well, knock on wood. I have a really great relationship with them. I love them dearly. And okay. My dad actually gave me these glasses to sell, and his reasoning behind it was that he is hoping to retire soon. He's actually a retired military general, but he currently still works as a superintendent of a school district about 3 hours away from me. And he hopes within the next few years to be able to retire from that. And after he retires, he and my mom would like to take a couple years and just travel. So they are trying to downsize as much as possible in that time. And they're not really worried about the income of what they would be selling or the prices of it, but they are, they'll squirmy wormy. She's gonna make it hard to concentrate. But more so, they just kind of want to clear out things from their house that they don't want to pay to store. We'll be splitting all of the income 50-50, so all of the net profits, he'll be paid 50% and I will get 50%. My dad knows that I'm on this debt-free journey, and although he hasn't directly said this to me, I do feel that a part of the reason why my parents are giving me things to sell is that they know that I'm working really hard. I'm taking on a lot of extra side gigs right now to pay off my debt as soon as possible, and they figured they would help me out a little bit by giving me inventory that I don't have to directly invest in and just allowing me to sell it for straight profit. Now, for those of you that have been along in my debt-free journey for a while now, you do know that my father gave me a loan of $5,000, and I'll get into that in a future video as to why he gave me that loan. But essentially, after my husband skedaddled after Charlotte was born, I needed a way to get out of the lease that he had left me in, which was way beyond my budget. And I also needed to cover moving costs just to be closer to a support system, which would essentially be my family in Illinois. So I paid $300 of that $5,000 loan back to him, but my intentions with everything of my parents that sells is to give them 100% of the net profits. 50% will just go as their profits to them, and then 50% will go to help pay off my debt. So the first items that my father gave me are these military glasses. And I wanted to talk about them today because from my research, no one else has listed these on eBay or successfully sold them on eBay. A few have been listed and just never sold, and right now there are no listed that I could find. So I wanted to talk about how I researched them and how I priced them. I have a lot of different glasses here, but I'm just going to go over like a few of the basics and explain to you guys like how you can research them and figure out what the emblems on these military type items mean and how to appropriately price them. So we'll start out with one of these that isn't dusty. The other one I had was dusty, and it's going to be kind of hard to see what's going on here. But this first one, this is my lowest priced wine glass of his that I have listed. And this was probably the easiest one for me to research because I knew the background of the glass already, and I knew that he was in the Iowa Guard, so I knew to research things within the Iowa Guard. But if you have a military item that you do not know the direct background of, here are a few things you can do to research. So, okay, maybe I can use my shirt. No, that's not going to work. Let's see. Okay, so at the top of this glass, you can see a number. Well, not now that it's blurry. Okay, come on, camera. Work with me here. There we go. You can see a number. It's 185th. And if there's a number that's usually related to like a, well, on this one specifically, if you look below that, regiment, but I also believe like brigades have numbers, and there's one other one, I don't remember. But anyways, so you see the 185th, and then below it, below the seal, is regiment. So that's a really good first place to start looking. So I just Googled 185th Regiment. With that being said, there's 185th Regiment in the Army in California. And that is clearly not where these glasses came from because this is a National Guard glass from Iowa. So then I had to tone it down to the Iowa National Guard. And the way that I, or you, could eliminate the fact that it was the wrong regiment that you were seeing is the seal. And you can compare the seal, which is the picture, to the regiment's seal, which you can easily find on a Google search. And the one for the California regiment was definitely not this. So then I had to, you could look up like redoubtable Fugo. I don't know. That I feel really stupid, but that is, I believe, Latin, written on the bottom of the seal. So you can research the writing on the seal to kind of help limit it down what 185th regiment it will be from. Then you can compare that seal and the writing and the 185th regiment or whatever it may be to what you found. And if it all matches up, then yes, you have found the correct one. Any other additional writing on the glass or on things, I don't recommend looking up numbers unless they have like a TH or RST at the end, like 181st or 185th or whatever it may be, then you can. But if like, so you can see like there's 47, what is this? 4702. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to get this clear with my camera here. So those numbers without like letters on the back indicating that they're a part of a brigade or regiment or whatever are not really something you need to search, but the letters you do. So OCS for me is Officer Candidate School, which you can just search OCS Army because this is an Army class. And that's how I learned that this was from an Officer Candidate School, and then the numbers behind that were the graduating class. I hope this makes sense. It's insanely confusing, and even for me who was raised a military brat and also married and divorced a guy in the military, like I feel like I'm somewhat familiar with the military, but even so, all of the numbers and titles and everything are insanely confusing to me. Ranks, everything like that, I've just never paid a lot of attention to. So this is just research that I did that I feel would be research that anyone could do. Hopefully this is all making sense. It might not be. But okay, because this glass is so specific, it is a regiment in the Iowa National Guard for an OCS class. It's not going to be something that a lot of people are specifically searching for. So because of that, I had to price this relatively cheap, and I priced this at $15. And I have a lot of these. There are different OCS ones I have. Like this one, I think this is really pretty because it has the gold rim and everything. It also has the 185th. This one would have been a lot harder to, wow, this is going to be hard to show. So the glare. It has 185th there. It has the OCS symbol and the regiment and all that. But this would have been a lot harder to research because it doesn't have a seal or anything on it. So this one would have been ridiculously hard to research. But, like all of these that are just directly related to that very specific regiment and OCS classes are glasses that I listed fairly cheap because they are so specific that people really aren't going to be looking for these. I think specifically these will go to possibly Iowa collectors, Midwest collectors, or just military collectors in general who want something with like a very specific history behind it. Now some of these glasses, like this one, it has the 185th seal and the regiment and the OCS class and all that. But then on the back, and I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible for you guys, it has the POWMIA emblem, which is Power of War Missing in Action emblem. And this is really meaningful for a lot of people. And it's something that I feel is really patriotic to a lot of Americans. So something like this is going to be worth slightly more. It is still ridiculously specific because of the seal and everything, but it has this emblem on it that is universally known throughout all aspects of the military, and for collectors or people who maybe even have a family member who was a Power of War Missing in Action, something like this could be really meaningful and worth a lot of money. I still didn't price this extremely high because it is very specific with the seal, but I did price this around $20 because it has this additional emblem on it that is a little more recognizable, and it's going to make it just an easier item for people to find when they're searching on eBay and to have that sales point. This is going to be an off and on video because I got a little bit of a teething kiddo today. Are you okay? You can't have the camera right now. So another recognizable symbol that is on these glasses, and I'm going to try to use the wall as the white background here. Please focus in on the glass. We can kind of see it, but it's the Iowa Military Academy seal, and it has the Iowa Hawkeye on it and the Iowa colors. So this is going to be something that I believe will be kind of a collectible item specifically for people who enjoy Iowa-oriented things. So this is military as well, but it does have a more recognizable symbol on it, and because of that, I did price this around $20 as well. Okay, I'm trying to do this one-handed, which is alarmingly difficult with a kiddo, but let's see if I can use my shirt as the background here. This one is going to be kind of hard to see. Please don't pull my hair, child. But this is the Iowa State Seal, essentially. It's another one for an OCS class, but rather than having the 185th Regiment on it, it has the Iowa Seal on it, which again, I think is going to be kind of a collectible item. Okay, oh my goodness, this has been alarmingly difficult to film with my teething kiddo today. I swear she is teething every single time I turn on my camera. But okay, we got two more glasses to research here, and this one is going to be, we're going to try to use my shirt again. This is the National Guard emblem or seal or whatever you want to call it. And I researched this simply by researching or Googling the lettering around it. So that is a really good way to figure out what a seal is, which seal is to what, I guess. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, but there's just a lot of technicalities in researching military things. But because this is National Guard and this isn't related to any state thing, this is just a National Guard seal, I believe that this is probably worth a little bit more because it is very recognizable. So this is worth about $30 probably. Okay, gave my kiddo some Tylenol, so hopefully that holds her over. And the last item I have here, I'm going to try to get this as close as I can for you guys, is this is an Army Engineers emblem or seal. I don't really know what the appropriate word is, but I searched this. One, you can search it like military symbol with castle and red coloring, or you can search the lettering, which is, I believe, a seance, and it is Latin, if I'm correct. But this glass is probably my highest price glass, and it is $40, and that is because it's an Army symbol that crosses from both National Guard and active duty Army. So it's something that's really widely recognized, not just in the National Guard community, but in the Army community as a whole. And because of that, this glass is my highest priced one, because it's not a very specific niche. It's something that I think a lot of military collectors would really like to have and would appreciate. I have quite a few glasses. I think total they're going to be worth about $300. After eBay fees, they're probably going to net profit me around $200, which means I'll have about 100 of it go towards my debt to my father. My father is a retired general from the Guard, which is a very high rank in the American military system. And I'm not using that as like an advertising tool for these glasses, but I did actually have my dad write up just like a brief history of his military career that will be sent with each of these glasses to the buyers. This isn't something that I advertised on the eBay listings. I felt that was kind of a really cheap and classless sales gimmick that really didn't need to be done. But these are a part of my family history, and they're a part of his history. And I think that if these glasses go to buyers who just really appreciate the military and want something that's really meaningful in their collection, they will appreciate having a letter from the owner of the glasses that explains his career. It's also on a 1-star general letterhead, which I think is something that will be really neat and will really increase the sentimental value of the glasses. But I'm really happy that my father agreed to do that with the glasses, because I think that's going to make them even more meaningful for the buyers. But it's just kind of my father and I's way of ensuring that the history of the glasses lives on and that it's not lost on the future owners, the value of the glasses and who they belong to and kind of the history that they hold. So yeah, that's just a little bit about some of the things that I'm doing as a side gig for additional income to help me pay off debt faster, and it's how I researched these military glasses. Hope it gave you some tips if you are researching military, antique, or even modern items yourself. Or it kind of let you in on one of my side gigs and how I am bringing in that additional income each month to help pay off my debt. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.